Wanted to introduce you guys to my childhood home and tell you a little bit about me and my family. My parents came here to the United States back in the 60s. They were both born and raised in Costa Rica and came down here in the early 80s. We first lived in an apartment for a few years and then moved into this home in 1986. So my parents still been here now for 34 years. And yeah, just wanted to tell you a little bit about it. So my driveway here used to have a basketball goal where I honed my basketball skills, and over the years just worked extremely hard to be able to go play college basketball. So this is where I did that. Just always been a great neighborhood. So we're in Mission Bend. This was growing up just a great place to live. A lot of kids, a lot of families that were just very traditional, hardworking families. And so just come on in, let me show you my house. Hello. Hi, Mama. This is my mom, Nicole Freer. Say hello.
Hi.
Well, welcome to my home. This is our little humble abode that we've lived in now for 34 years. This is our living room. Just show you a few different things here. This was my college graduation picture. And then before that, I was handsome devil there, huh? My high school graduation. So this is where we hang out and have Thanksgiving dinners, Christmas dinners. Just growing up in this house means a lot. Like I mentioned, my family comes from very humble beginnings, and we were just taught at an early age to work extremely hard for everything that we've been able to achieve. And so the fact that Nicole and I now have been able to not only do well in real estate, but now ultimately open up our own brokerage is something that has been instilled in me with the family values that I grew up in. So this is Nicole and mine's wedding picture. This was back in 1999. And then, as many of you may know, our little pride and joy, our granddaughter Amelia. And then back here is my old bedroom. So this is it.
I was born Nicole Marie Dowdy in Houston, Texas, born and raised in Alief, Huntington Village. And I had a really great, humble upbringing with two younger sisters, two parents that worked extremely hard to provide for us, and we never needed for anything. Played outside, rode our bikes, spent the summers driving to the neighborhood pool for swim practice, afternoons by the bayou, just, not really getting into too much trouble at all. It was just a very kind of normal childhood. I never had really any huge dreams for myself or aspirations, just kind of taking life as it came. While I did, have some eventful things throughout my childhood, like overcoming childhood cancer, getting married at 17. Other than that, growing up, things were pretty basic and simple.
So this is where I grew up, in Huntington Village in Alief in Houston. Went to church every Sunday morning, Sunday evening, Wednesday evening, anytime the doors were open. It's really good memories of playing outside, riding our bikes to swim practice every single morning in the summer, playing at the bayou, going down to our friend's house, Deanna and Rachel, who lived a couple blocks down. Just a really great, happy, humble childhood. So that window just to the left of the garage, that was my bedroom. And then this large oak tree in the front yard, my dad actually planted that himself when it was just a tiny little tree. Now look at it, all grown. Yep, that's where I grew up.
Back in 1998, I was going to a neighborhood gym. UB Gym was the name of the place, and I was there trying to train and get myself in shape to go play college basketball.
He was working out with the husband who owned the gym. I was working out with the wife who owned the gym, and I guess I might have told her that I thought he was good looking. And from that moment, they made it a point to make sure that Doug and I met face to face, and Yes, I was the one who approached him, gave him my number, and told him to call me if he ever wanted to go see a movie.
Which was a little strange to me, only because I knew that she was younger. I didn't realize how much younger. At that time, I was 19 and she was 16. So it, was a little uncomfortable, but she was super cute and really mature for her age. And we started dating, and a year later, we ended up getting married. So I met the love of my life. I feel so fortunate, and thank God that I was able to meet the love of my life 22 years ago. And so I get emotional because I know all of the things that we've gone through, and all the hard work that we've put in over that 22-year time frame, and thinking about how we each grew up, and then the hardships that we had just early on, being young parents and being a young married couple, to then continuing just our growth professionally, as well as the growth just amongst each other. I mean, we're essentially at that time, we're kids having kids, and now growing up to be adults and going through the things that you go through, to now be here 22 years later, having a great, strong marriage, having this phenomenal business, being able to have this independent brokerage that we just announced. So it just means a lot. And so when I think about those things, I get emotional.
So many things have gone on, so many emotions, so much hard work, that I don't think that I've really given it a moment to set in yet. We've had people ask us over the years, when are you guys gonna go independent? Y'all need to do your own thing. And so to be at this day where it is NFG, Nicole Freer Group Brokerage, is so overwhelming.
That's my first reaction, is just to clap. Very excited for the new brokerage with NFG, just being independent.
I'm super excited that NFG now its own independent brokerage, a different way now to just take our business to the next level.
I think it's set in for me. I'm excited for it. I feel like being on the team from where it started to now, it's just exciting, and I'm happy to be part of the growth and get to be on the whole ride from the beginning.
Last summer, we started partnering with NFG. I had met them at their grand opening party and started doing some communicating with them, and then found out that we actually would be a great fit for them and their team. And so I took on the role of closing them in the beginning and their team, because I really wanted to get to know how they worked so that I could teach my team the best way to work with NFG. So last June, I believe, was when we really started just getting into it and closing and working together, and y'all come into the office, the NFG team, and Doug and Nicole as well.
We started partnering, officially in April of this year, so just a few months ago. That being said, in my world, in the lending world, partnerships are, there's official partnerships and there's loose partnerships. So the moment that we first met them, or that my wife and I first met Nicole and Doug, I've been with their group and kind of on the outer perimeter, helping out with things that they may have questions on since 2013. But the full official partnership started just about 3 months ago.
Where do I see NFG in the next 5 years? Well, sitting at Monarch Title doing their closings, and having a lot of fun with our team. But I just see them continuing to grow. I mean, already now we know that they're growing a space, they're growing a team, they're growing their own thing.
Yeah, I agree with Karen. I think we're like-minded in that in the next 5 years. They hold the title of the top team in Fort Bend County. I think as the years kind of progress, they continue to expand. So expansion is what I also think and believe that they're going to do.
Let's start off with those gorgeous new for sale signs and open house signs. I mean, Ruben, you did a phenomenal job. They are clean, they're modern, they're contemporary, they're simple. What do you think about them?
They're very sharp. I like them. The black and white, just nice and simple, clean lines, very modern, and it really, I think, represents our team very well.
The last 30 days have been a complete whirlwind, having to being at Fine Properties to going out on our own and, finding our broker of record to, redoing all of our branding materials from for sale signs to open house signs. I think it's going to be just a great way for us to continue to, dominate the market here that we're in and just continue to grow and all be successful together.
We shot our very first commercial.
We did, yes.
And it was really awesome because I didn't even know what to expect, to be honest.
It was way more exciting than I thought it would be. I was thinking that, I don't know, it'd be like really difficult. I felt like the concept was hard to get out.
I think just the word commercial makes it already like a next level sort of thing, where you're like, oh, let's shoot a video. Oh, okay, commercial. Whoa.
But I mean, it was almost seamless. Like when we got there, we knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
And this like vision was born. And it was so cool because even like everyone had this input on these scenes that we would create, and they came out magnificent. Like,
yeah, and I was gonna add the fact that you had so much like pre-planning into it. Yeah. You already had a vision, but then you also went and had like basically each scene and then just me coming in and kind of like making that vision to life, I guess.
Yeah.
It just came together perfectly in the edit super nicely. And I mean, I'm stoked on that video. It's really different from a lot of our content. And it was new for me.
And honestly, it's new to like this market area too. Like I haven't seen any other, real estate team or such do a commercial like that.
Yeah.
And it's huge. I mean, it made huge waves on Facebook. It's our most viewed video ever. It's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Yes.
I want to say how much I love you, and I'm so thankful that my entire life, all you've ever done is supported me and been there for me and pushed me to be a better version of myself each and every day.
I love you. Thank you for being such an amazing woman and such a strong leader. Thank you for everything that you do for me and our family. And I look forward to all these great adventures that we have ahead of us.
Thank you to all of the amazing people out there that continue to support Doug, myself, and NFG. We could not do this without you. To where we've been, where we are, and where we've yet to go. Cheers.
Cheers. Good job, my love.
Good stuff.